Good morning to all of my beautiful kings, queens, and internet cousins. What is up? If you guys have followed me long enough, you'll know that when the death of Micah Miller became public, I have been talking about it since that day. And with Netflix recently releasing, within the last few days, a death of a pastor's wife, I have to physically talk about this with you guys. I have to. Micah met JP when she was around 10 to 13 years old, when she became a member of Solid Rock Church. He was already married. He had a wife and 5 whole kids, but was that enough for JP? No, he wanted Micah, so he cheats on his wife. He gets her to cheat on her husband. They separate from their spouses, and Micah felt so bad about the divorce and about how many lives she had ruined because of her affair with JP. She spent the rest of her life making sure she never hurt anyone again and she never had to get divorced again. And JP used that shit to his wholehearted advantage. He abused this woman every single way possibly, and then when she tried to leave, he would love bomb her until she came back and couldn't discern if he was really gonna change or if she was losing her mind like he was trying to paint to everyone. Just like this Lindsay Clancy case. He painted a picture of a mentally ill wife who needed lithium, but it seems like she was actually a lot better when she was away from JP. You didn't see her going in and out of mental hospitals when she wasn't around him. Why? Because he was using that as another form of control. Oh, if you don't do what I say, what these doctors say, we're gonna have you put in a freaking psych ward. And there are so many young girls even today who meet men who are 10, 15, 20 years older than them thinking, oh, he's a grown man. He's interested in me. Honey, no. What you have found is a piece. He didn't leave his wife to get with Micah because he liked Micah more. He did that because she was easier to manipulate. She was younger. He could do whatever he wanted to her, and it's obvious that that's exactly what he did based off watching this documentary. And why is it there was 3 spent shell casings at the crime scene if she self-inflicted a wound to herself? And what are the odds she's telling all of her friends, he's going to march me out somewhere and take me out? And then that's exactly what happens to her. And they say it's self-inflicted. But here's the real kicker that they didn't mention in this documentary. He fucking married Susie Skinner. Right after Micah died, right after Chris Skinner died, Susie's husband, who died of weird circumstances too. What are the odds his wheelchair malfunctions and flies him into a pool where he drowns? Okay. Sketchy, and like I've said in multiple other videos, usually in a lot of states, if you're married to someone, you don't have to testify against them, which is why I'm willing to believe that's why he married Susie. I remember this case so freshly that when it came out, there was like a Facebook forum and everyone was like, oh, if you think this is bad, wait until you find out about Susie. But the documentary never mentioned at all that they ended up getting married. So that just is mind-blowing to me. How would you marry someone that's as low as him, dude? And I would love to read her journal entries. I truly would. And what really bothers me is I wonder what she didn't tell the world, because when you're being abused, typically the abuse victim shuts down. They don't want to talk about the abuse. They think it's their fault. They feel ashamed. And if you are going through a situation similar to her, it is not your fault. Please get out as soon as you can. People like JP don't change. They get worse. And I just wish Micah could have realized that at a younger age. She was wholeheartedly manipulated by a man who called himself a man of God, and that's what bothers me. But God sees all, so just know that Micah's with her heavenly Father, and JP's in jail where he belongs to be. And I hope and pray that if he did have anything to do with this, that they will do an open investigation, a big investigation, and make sure that he doesn't get out anytime soon, because trust and believe, if it could happen to someone else's 13-year-old daughter, it could happen to anyone's. And he obviously is going for younger victims so that way he can manipulate them worse. And that's all that is, ladies. So if you're with a man who treats you like JP treated Micah, please get away from him. It won't get better. He won't change. You'll most likely just get a new resting place inside of a casket 6 feet under this earth. So please, if you're in a DV relationship, get out. It's not worth your life. I love you. Let me know if you've watched Death of a Pastor's Wife, because I have got to talk to someone about this freaking documentary.